Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Lisa, and in this video you're going to see how I completed the eye of this tiger in real time from start to finish. If you found this helpful, you can also check out the nose tutorial in real time as well. And if you like this video, remember to like and subscribe for more tutorials to come in the future. Remember to let me know in the comments below or tag me on Instagram if you've completed a piece like this, because I would love to see what you're working on. But for now, let's get started drawing the eye. Alright, so we're going to draw this tiger eye. So I've got my outline all ready and my colours all picked out, and I've got on the screen the reference photo for me to see where everything goes. So I've just erased a little bit of the outline just so we make sure we don't see the graphite underneath the colour pencil. But not enough that we'll lose the full outline, because we still need to see what we're doing. So what we're going to do first is just outline the shape, and this is a dark sepia pencil. So really nice and light. If you make a mistake, then you can just delete it, erase it really easily if you do it nice and light. But if you go in there with a really hard pressure and you make a mistake, it's very hard to get rid of. Right, so then the pupil is here. And so just above the eyebrow is some eyelashes that go over the eye, so we want to make sure we get them in. So I'm just going to use my embossing tool, the thin end, not the ballpoint end, and put in some little white hairs that go over the eye. So pretty firm pressure, flicking it in a fur sort of type of direction. Perfect. So then just go over here really lightly. Get the shape. And so then I just fill out the shape of this eye. And this is really, really dark, so I'm not going to go in with any other sort of base layer other than the dark sepia. So I'm just doing like small circular motion. To cover the tooth of the paper, just softly again. All of that in. A bit of a heavier pressure around the eye because we're sort of happy with the shape that it is. So for when you're putting down like the shape and the getting like the outline and where everything goes, it is really important to make sure that you take your time, get everything in the right place where it's meant to be, because one of the main things with sort of realism is that if, you know, things are off, it won't look realistic, and that's not what we're going for. Perfect. So in the eye there's a bit of a highlight, so we're going to get our Holbein soft white pencil. I'm just going to get rid of the wax on the tip just so that we make sure it's nice and clean. And so just above the pupil is a little white bit, so we'll put that in really, really hard just to make sure it stays down. And then there's sort of like a sort of sweeping shadow all the way through to the end. So put that in too. We'll go over that bit again at the end anyway. And then here is sort of another line going down the middle in a circular motion. Cool, so now we've got all that in there, we'll put in a base layer of the warm grey one. And then we can start building in all the colours, so trying not to go into the dark areas that we've already put down because it'll drag the colour into it and we don't want that. All over here. Perfect. So then the colour, we'll start with sort of the lightest colour to start with. So there is the light yellow ochre. So there's a lot of yellow up in this section. And then heaps over to the left. So small circular motions, making sure you're getting all of the tooth of the paper. And it's pretty dark at the top. And then I'll put in some orange colours. Sanguine. So again, nice and gentle circular motions. Perfect. And then down the bottom is like sort of like a bluey, greeny, purpley colour. So what I'm going to do is use a bit of the Delft Blue and just nice and lightly, and see how we feel about that. Yes, yes. So the blue and the yellow together sort of make it like a little bit of a green tone, and the blue and the red sort of make it like a bit of a purple tone, so that's exactly what we want. And we can also go around the edge of this with the Delft Blue because it's very dark here, and we're going to add in some blue to help darken it down. We're going in a couple of different directions. Perfect. So back into the eye. So we want to go around sort of where this highlight is. We'll add some Delft Blue into the pupil as well to darken it up. So try and go around the highlight because we sort of want to outline it. Put in a little bit of sky blue because it's sort of like a lighter greeny. So we'll put in a little bit of yellow first. Bit of sky blue. And then start to get a little bit darker. There's also like a lighty brown up here, so I'll put in the burnt sienna. So many colours in this eye. Cool, so now we've got a lot of the colour down. What we're going to do is go in with the white and just blend it all together, just to make sure that we're getting all of the colours sort of smooshed together on a nice smooth surface to work on. So you can see when I start to blend it, it gets really nice and smooth and all those colours sort of mix together. So just not going over the pupil because that will lighten it up. We want it to be nice and dark. Up here. So you can see it's all nice and smooth, and that is a light pressure as well. Don't go in there with the too hard a pressure. and then dark sepia again. So I'm just going to get my, where it is here, sharpen this up really sharp and go really hard pressure around this eye now. So it sort of isn't really straight, it goes in a bit of a oval sort of shape, and then around really dark, and then medium sort of pressure. Perfect. So now we can go in and start to do sort of the whole process again. So we'll start with the yellows, go around and now get heavier in the places where the yellow is the most. This bit. Some sanguine just down the bottom. And then small circular motions, lifting the pressure off as you go up to make it less dark. Around here, and then there's a little bit of purple sort of in this corner. And then this bit is really dark, so we'll go in with more Delft Blue. And now you can see those embossed lines starting to come out. And so this bit under the line where the waterline is, I've done a sort of dark either side, and then through the middle is a little bit lighter. So if we go in with the white and lighten it up a little bit, I'm just going to make sure to get rid of all of the black that we got off. And then we can go around again with the dark sepia, nice and dark, and then you sort of have that light waterline in the middle. Perfect, so we're getting there. And then a little bit more orange, so I'll use the burnt ochre to this section, brighten it up, purple, dark sepia, and I'll just go in there lightly with the dark sepia to darken it up a bit, blend it in. More orange. Burnt ochre. So swapping between the sanguine and the burnt ochre. So now I'll use a bit of the green gold on this section. And then burnt sienna, soft, soft, soft. Even a bit of the terracotta on the inside. A little bit darker with the yellow. And up the top here is really dark, so we'll do purple. Bring it down a bit. Dark sepia. Just gently. Perfect. And then down the bottom, go in a little bit again with the yellow base layer, then the Delft Blue, and there's like a little bit of like a darker sort of shadow going through here, so we're going to focus on that bit first. And then small circular motions over the whole thing. Sky blue. And so this bit of the eye sort of comes up and finishes up here. So we'll just add in a little bit more of this. Get the proper shape. And some Delft Blue, get it darker. So I'm not going to go and do like a hard edge like I did with the eye or anything, because there will be like fur lines that come up here, and if I do a really hard edge then it'll just look really boxy and not sort of soft and fluffy, which is what we're going for with the tiger. Perfect, and we can even add a little bit of warm grey 1 up here where we start to add the, where's my thingy? Phew. So add a little bit so we can add some of the eyelashes. I can't think of the word. Sort of start it to come together. I might as well even put some, like I'm feeling sort of a red vibe in here. So maybe a bit of the Sanguine. Yes. So putting in like blues and reds and stuff will sort of make it like a purple sort of tone, and it just brings the colour down, but makes it still like not looking as flat. So if I just went in with a really hard pressure with a black, it would look really flat and not of like bland and stuff, whereas you want to have a bit of colour. Like even in, you know, nature you look at things, and in blacks there are sort of colours, and in whites there are colours as well. So you can't just go in with a full black, because there are colours within the blacks and the whites, you know. Cool, so it's coming along. So then with the warm grey one I might just blend this area a little bit, get it a bit smoother. Smoother, and the pupil needs to be a little bit of a different shape. I'll just sharpen this a little bit. Ooh, can go a little bit darker. More red, orangey red. Perfect. And then this sort of line in the middle goes a little bit bluer. Let's do that a bit bluer, and then around there I'll go with the Delft Blue. Perfect. So this highlight has gone a little bit out of control, so we'll push him back. There's like a little line in there. And then this one is around here. So if you go like a little bit of a darker pressure, harder pressure around the highlight, it'll sort of make it stand out a little bit better. That we want. Alright, and then maybe we'll knock it back again with the white, because down here it's all kind of not blending together very well, so we'll go again. Light pressure. Perfect. The Delft Blue in between this little highlight bit. More orange tone. Here we go with the sky blue. Blend, blend, blend. I'm going to blend a little bit of the dark sepia really lightly to make it a little bit darker. So add a little bit of sort of tapping like little dots and stuff like that. Just get a bit more texture. And then go with the dark sepia. Go a little bit around this highlight. Cool, and then finally we'll go in with the white because this will really darken up and make the highlights really stand out. So we'll just make this nice and pointy, get off all the dirt so it's nice and clean, and then go around here. And then and here. And then into this highlight. Perfect, and then we can go around what we've sort of done. Darken that up. Purple. Make this one a bit more orange. A bit more green up here. Purple. Cool. So I'm just sort of going like around the highlights. Delft Blue. Perfect. There's my brush. So we'll call that one almost there. So what I can do as well is I'll add in some of like around the eye as well, and then we can come back and sort of assess and see if we need to go darker in any places. But yeah, other than that, so a darker line here. There is the tiger eye. So from here, I'll just start to add some of the more blacker, darker areas around the eye, and then eventually go into the top and the bottom and start to put in the warm grey one and start to build up the fur. So you can spend a lot of time going to every single little detail and trying to get every colour right, and this eye is quite tricky just because there are so many different colours. Like usually there might be just blues and greens, or greens and browns, but in this one there was sort of blues, greens, oranges, purples. It was all different colours, so it was very tricky to get it all in there, and the highlights as well. So like I said before, if you like this video, remember to like and subscribe for more tutorials to come. You can check out the tutorial of the nose, which is the very end of this piece that I did in real time as well. And I would love to hear if this video was helpful for you, or if you'd like to see anything in the future. Remember to put it in the comments below, and add me on Instagram to see all of my pieces that I've completed. So happy drawing, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Like a light, lighting up in the dark. You make it right, I forgot how to act. It's so classic. Every time you make me nervous and I lose my words. It's been a while since I forgot the most simple